afternoon. My name is Taylor, this is BeamtUp. Apple has announced their iPhone SE 2020, for lack of a better name. For a company that's super good at marketing, why didn't they pick a better name for it? Like, are people gonna be like, oh, is it the iPhone SE? Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, which one is the 20? I mean, I guess the iPhone SE and the SE 2020 look vastly different, but still, like that's the best you could do? Upon looking at their website for data, since there wasn't really was there a keynote? I don't care. Bloop. Well, hey, Phoebes, come here. There you go. There she is. iPhone SE packs our most powerful chip into our most popular size at our most affordable price. It's just what you've been waiting for. Awfully presumptuous, wouldn't you say? I guess being catered to Apple users, then maybe. I just hate how they tell people how they feel. I'm like, hey, you love this channel, man. This is just what you've been looking for. It's God! Durable glass and aluminum design. So it still has a glass back. Basically, it's the iPhone 8, right? Yeah, iPhone 8 with the internals of the iPhone 11, excuse me. 4.7-inch Retina HD display. They didn't say Super Retina, so it's not OLED, but they didn't call it the Liquid Retina display either. Which one is this? It's like, I mean, I guess it's neither. So, because they're trying to, yeah, it's a cheap phone. It's like the iPhone 8 display is what it seems like here. iPhone 11 Pro called, it wants its chip back. Bring on the cheese factory, like God. Not only is this lame, in my opinion, but it also suggests that this phone is gonna cannibalize the iPhone 11, because it suggests the iPhone 11 does not like the SE 2020. Probably because its name is so dumb. It's a very unimaginative moniker for a company with as much perceived prestige as they. A13 chip, they make damn sure you can read that and that it's quite clear. They put the brains of an iPhone 11 Pro into this phone. They say it's fluid, everything you do is more fluid and da-da-da-da-da-da, but not as fluid as 120 hertz on your display. Now, actually, I mean, to be fair, this phone was not designed to compete with Samsung's, but still, when they're talking about like processor stuff, let's not forget that this phone's refresh rate is exactly the same as the iPhone 11 Pro's refresh rate. So this is the best they can do as far as that part goes. Sucks to suck. The advanced camera system artfully blurs the background and blah freaking blah to put the focus on your subject even when you're taking selfies. They say even as though it's like an impressive thing. A big deal that is not, because the same thing can be done with Samsung phones too, now that we've spent a bunch of time on that. Depth control. A simple slider allows you to adjust the blur of the background as much or as little as you like, even after you take the photo. Old news. Again, I know all this stuff has been covered before about phones having, like iPhones having the this and this and this and the not being new, but this is all on the page that's designed to tell you about the SE 2020. God, that name sucks. A really poor choice that they put in here when talking about the different lighting effects that you can put on the portrait photos is they went from natural light, studio light, contour light, stage light mono, stage light, and high key light mono. But they used a different picture of a different person every single time. If you're gonna be demonstrating what different portrait photo lighting modes that you have available, use them on the same photo so people can actually see what they do. I don't know which one that second one is called. I don't know what studio light looks like on the first picture that you showed with you know what I mean? It's like, I have no way of knowing, I would have no idea what one does or the other, the way they're displaying it, and that bothers me. This just looks like a 10-year-old was trying to say 4K video capability and try to and be funny about it. Like, oh, high definition, get it? Like 4 highs, because like 4K, yeah, video, high definition. Nah, man, and that's old news anyway. What are you talking about? And then this, just in case you didn't get the high video reference joke, and they're like 4K allows you to see things in 4 times the resolution unless you're looking at it on this phone, because it's only 1080p. On one hand, I don't see the usefulness of 4K capability unless you're editing video outside of just putting them together like, oh, here, clip, 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 finish, you know. But on the other hand, these bad boys can record twice that high. So if we're talking about numbers and just flexing, it's got y'all beat, Apple. What are you gonna do about it? They are, however, bringing Touch ID back. So those of you who missed the home button, and maybe those of you who even got the embarrassing little dongle that plugs into the charging port of the iPhones that didn't have the home button anymore, that's just for adding a home button, now you have it back and it's integrated. Cool. I suppose if they did try to attempt to put the fingerprint scanner underneath the screen, at which they would probably have failed, but that's just biased speculation on my part, they would have driven up the cost drastically. Like that's something that they would have been like, hey everybody, check out our under the screen fingerprint scanner, and they would like say all these benefits and stuff that tie into their brand and make it sound like something new. We all know. We already know. Their marketing might be good, but it is damn predictable. Look at this. Survives splashes, sloshes, sprinkles, sprays, splatters, and spills, baby. But not as deep as Samsung's phones or the 11 Pro, because I believe that 1 meter for up to half an hour, that's IP67, I believe. A meter is about 3 feet. IP68 is 5 feet for half an hour. So it's not as resistant as probably because of the home button. You know what? I'm betting it's because of the home button. Theory, I suppose. This is the worst piece of marketing that I've ever seen from them. Among the worst. Like it's in definitely the top 5. Comes in black, white, and pow. And pow. Black, white, and pow. Oh yeah, because red's like pow, dude. And pow. Are we calling red pow now? Ah! It's gross. This is another example of their snobbery. It was like, see the iPhone SE in AR in Safari. And those of you who aren't running Safari, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Or it could just mean that they're like, we don't know how to make AR work outside of our browser, so let's just say, look at it in Safari for AR and make it sound like exclusive. Yeah. When faced with a limitation, let's make it sound instead like an exclusivity to our brand, and people will be like, oh yeah, dude, yeah, bro. And here is where they straight up lie to you by saying it is easy to switch from Android to iOS. Let me tell you what, it's not. It's not. When the S20s were up for pre-order, my girlfriend and I both ordered ours respectively. She had an S9 before and she was going to get the S20, and after I generated the hype and excited her about it, we went to Best Buy and did that whole thing. I of course kept mine, but then because she started getting pressured by family members and friends, not family members, but the family members situation was making it more practical and easier for them if she had a device they could also use FaceTime because they have iPhones. It's an unfortunate circumstance for anybody to find themselves in, and one that I've seen a lot, where were it not for like existing family device circumstances, they would have definitely not gotten an iPhone or another iPhone because they just wanted to switch. Anyway, see look, even Phoebe's annoyed by this story already. She changed her mind, went back and canceled her pre-order and got an iPhone 11 Pro instead. Much to my dismay, she's like, well, it'd be easy to transfer all the stuff from my S9 to the new iPhone. And I said, yeah, they got apps in place to do all that, blah, blah, blah. I'll do it for you. But I'm not gonna be happy about it. Anyways, we got it home and we started trying to get the stuff carried over. And my God, the Android to iOS app, where the was that? It was not in the App Store like they say it is. If it was, then I'm an idiot because I can't find it. Could not find it. Also looked for it in the Play Store like they said it was in, and it would not work. She had tons of contact transferring issues. Text messages was also, every piece of data was just a pain in the ass to get carried over. And then to get carried back over. But again, I'm not gonna go into that. It was a fiasco. And the turmoil that was this entire ordeal. She ended up taking the iPhone back, getting an S20, then taking the S20 back and getting the iPhone again just because she missed a couple things about it. But that's besides the point. Is this still recording on the correct? Yes, cool. Good deal. But the amount of stress and inconvenience that I had to deal with and she had to deal with, just getting her carried over from the Samsung phone to the iPhone I was shocked at how, because I hadn't done it in a long time. And I was like, I mean, it's iOS 13. Apparently they've gotten better at it and everything. But that is not the case. A while ago, around March, I think, I tweeted something about how iOS is not user-friendly, and that was when all that crap was going on. And it was infuriating. All the questions that I had to ask myself while setting this up and ask due to not knowing how to do it. For an operating system that they claim is so intuitive, user-friendly, and simple. It's neither of them, none of those. Progress has not been made on that front. Sorry for not posting for forever. With all the shelter-in-place stuff happening, I got really distracted with several new games that I've been wanting to try, and it's totally my fault. I completely could have been consistently posting, but I don't know, man. I got really distracted by other stuff. By the way, because the latest S20 phones can be used with, or to play Google Stadia on, and because you can get 3 months of Stadia Pro if you have a YouTube Premium subscription, at the time of recording this at least. I'm not sure if they're still running that promotion or not, or when the time, whatever that may be that you're watching. But you can use either an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 controller, or even hook up a USB generic game controller. I've done all three successfully with the S20 Ultra, and it looks amazing. Like, oh my god. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been curious about that game ever since it came out. And the Ultra Edition was on sale for the same amount as the regular one. So I was like, time to get it. And man, super gorgeous. Like, I can play it on DeX and look at it there on a 1080p monitor, like 60 hertz. It's nothing super special. Then take it off of there, reload it onto my phone, and it's a noticeable difference. Holy crap, it's gorgeous. And your phone's not doing any of the work. That's the beauty of it. Oh, so nice. I highly recommend. I would have done an inside the meeting thing, or like style vid for this, but I did some video work for a couple of other clients and had to go in public to do that. So all my green screen equipment is like contaminated from publicness, and I'm just waiting. I'm letting it sit for a while before I touch it again, because the decontamination process for the camera and the tripod and the microphone alone was a pain in the butt. Also, I found this weird red button laying around. Go ahead and poke that and just let me know what it does. I don't know what it's for. Anyways, stay with Android and stay beaming and clean it.